Hello everyone and welcome back to the all computer classes. We are covering chapter 1 and these are the 3 topics that we will be covering today. Types of computers based on the principle of operation, types of computers based on configuration, and an overview of communication technologies. First of all, types of computers based on operations, right? What kind of operation they are performing. So in this category we have analog computer, digital computer, and hybrid computer. So first of all, analog computers. Analog computers can perform numerous mathematical operations simultaneously. So speciality of analog computer is they perform numerous mathematical operations simultaneously by manipulating and processing the data which are provided as an input, such as weight, temperature, voltage, power, density, etc. Right? Then the result are given by these computers is only approximate because it deals with the input quantity which vary continuously. Okay, so results are not fixed, the results are absolute, results are varying because of the varying input. Analog computers are used for scientists and industrial application and such as aircraft flight simulators, etc. Right? Digital computers. So digital computers works on the principle of binary digit system, right? So binary digit system means 0 and 1. Okay, they perform complex tasks by manipulating these numbers, and provide accurate and fast result. Okay, so further, digital computers are classified into 2 categories. First is specific purpose computer and second is general purpose computer. Specific purpose computer is the one that is used for specific application, right? Means the application of that specific purpose computer is limited, like the ATM. So ATM is also a computer, digital computer, and its functionality is limited to the banking transactions only. For example, programming a washing machine, right? It will be programmed only for washing the clothes, etc. The general purpose computer are the computer that we are using today, that we see in school, library, banks, etc. And most of these computers perform various different kind of tasks. Okay, so these are the 2 main categories of digital computers. Hybrid computer is a combination of analog and digital computer, right? So it has some features of analog and digital computer. Hybrid computer is developed to solve the specific issues, right? So according to the requirement, okay, what kind of a problem we want to solve, according to that requirement, different types of components are embedded to perform a particular task, right? The main objective of designing this computer is to perform very complicated calculations, right? It accepts the analog signals and convert them into digital signal and then process the digital form, right? And hybrid computers are used for scientific application or controlling the industrial processes, right, such as at petrol pump, like for example monitoring and controlling nuclear reactors, CT scan machines, etc. These are some example or some applications of the hybrid computer. So they are working on a analog signal which is converted into digital signal. So this is a combination of both analog and digital. Okay, so types of computers based on configuration, right? So these the digital computer, analog computer, hybrid computer, and digital computer. So this digital computers is further categorized into 4 categories based on their configuration, right? So first is microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers, and supercomputers, right? So let's cover one by one. First of all, microcomputers. Microcomputer use a microprocessor and cost is less and very less in size, right? So this is the first specialty, that the microcomputer using microprocessor, the cost is very less and they are very small in size. It uses Windows operating system, right? And if an Apple computer, it is using Macintosh operating system or Mac, which is called Mac operating system, right? So these are the microcomputers are mainly used in school, offices, labs, homes, etc. right? So laptop computer, notebook computer, tablet, PC, and embedded system, they are example of microcomputer. Then second is mini computers. So mini computers are comparatively big in size, have higher processing speed, and are costlier than the microcomputers. Mini computers are used in business, education, and many government departments, and also used as web server. Mostly mini computers are used for handling multiple terminals. However, some are also designed for single uses. The first mini computer was introduced in 1960 by Digital Equipment Corporation, right? Next is mainframe computers. So these computers are larger than mini computer and processes data at a very high speed. They are very expensive and often used as a servers, right? Server is also a computer which has a more power and have more capabilities and have more processing speed than the normal computer, right? So it can act as a server, designed for processing large amount of data quickly in organizations like banks, insurance companies, manufacturers, airlines. Some of the typical mainframe users, right? Next is supercomputer. The supercomputer is the largest computer. They are most powerful, most expensive and fastest computers in the world and are capable of processing trillions of instructions per second, right? So they are really very, very powerful computers used by government agencies like Internal Revenue Services, National Defense Agencies, research laboratories, aerospace centers, etc., right? Now let's talk about the computers' performance, right? Few things which affect the overall performance of computers are CPU speed, RAM and hard disk. Okay, so if you want to buy a computer, so what you should look for? You should look for a computer or laptop which is giving good performance. And for checking out the good performance, you need to check the CPU speed, RAM capacity in hard disk. So let's discuss one by one. CPU speed. So CPU clock speed is measured in hertz. It is also called clock rate. For a CPU with a clock speed of 2 gigahertz can perform about 20 crore clock cycles per second. So you just can imagine how a fast computer would be, how much fast a speed of the CPU is. The higher speed means faster task performance of a CPU, like complex calculation or moving data from and to the RAM, right? So the CPU performs, if a CPU is performing work on a very, very high speed, it means the computer's overall efficiency is very good. Next is RAM. Larger the RAM, faster the performance, because CPU is continuously in communication with the RAM, right? So larger the RAM, faster the performance. Faster CPU means better performance, right? If the RAM is not large enough, the speed of the computer is slow down rapidly. Then the third is hard disk. The size and the speed of the hard disk is also crucial for computing devices. The faster is the speed, better will be the overall performance, right? Now we are going to study about some of the communication technologies that we are using today in the digital era, which help us to instantly send message. It can be a text, voice or video to anyone and anywhere in the world. Some of the most popular and widely used communication technologies are: first is email, right? Email stands for electronic mail. It is economical mode of communication. Okay, we can send and receive mails instantly across the world anytime. The message can be sent instantly to many people simultaneously without any cost. So if we are sending 1 mail or 10 mail or 100 mails, the cost would be same, right? And the time would be almost same, right? We can attach document, pictures, videos, songs, etc. along with the email, right? Next is text messages, popularly known as SMS or short message service or texting, right? It is a quick and convenient way to send message using mobile phones. We can even send pictures and videos, and when we are sending pictures and videos, it is called MMS, multimedia messaging service, right? Next is chat. So we can instantly send messages back and forth to people across the globe. Chat can either be point to point, means one-to-one communication where only one receiver gets the message, or it can be a group communication that's how we create groups in WhatsApp and all, right? So next is video conferencing. So we all know that how video conference is taking place these days. It involves the use of internet, camera, mic, speaker, etc. This technology is used for virtual meeting among a group of people to discuss political, business, medical or social affairs. These days, using the video conferencing, all the schools are teaching to their students as as schools are not opened, right? So that's how this video conferencing is going on. For example, video conferencing, where the anchor across the globe do video conferencing to provide live news to the viewers. You might have seen from the area of some happening, the reporter communicate and give live news. Next is blogs. Blog is an easy to create website that allow the user to share their thoughts with the world. Okay, so the word blog comes from the weblog. So because a blog consists of a signed and dated log of individual postings, right? So log is basically keeping a record, right? So weblog means websites, the people who are putting up the content on the internet, the user individual posting, right? So that's how this is called a weblog. The topics of the blog can be anything from personal to professional. So blogging can be interactive activity, as a reader can add comments to the blogger's posting, right? So next is the WordPress and Blogger are the most popular blogging sites on the internet, right? So there is one term that is called microblogging. It is referred to a specific form of blogging used to post and share some short messages, images or video links. The content shared on microblogging site is quite small as compared to the blog. Blog is giving a detailed topic, and microblog is some short messages, images or video links. Twitter is most popular microblogging site. So you might have seen that most of the political leaders or film stars, they tweet and give the messages, right? Now next is wiki. So Wikipedia is the most popular wiki based website and is one of the most widely viewed site in the world, right? It is an easy to use collaborative website on which the user can share or modify the content directly from the web browser. So the content of the Wikipedia can be modified by anyone, right? Content in the wiki is normally created without any defined owner, so we don't know that who is actually the original author of that content, right? So anyone in the world can edit it. Next is newsgroup. It is a discussion platform for about particular subjects. So newsgroup is for particular subject. Blogging is on any topic. It is a platform where the people can exchange information on any topic. People from different locations post articles which can be read by all other subscriber of the news group, right? So you should be a subscriber to read the news from that particular news group. These text messages are stored in a news server maintained by a company or a group of individuals within the Usenet system. So what is a Usenet system? Usenet is a collection of a user submitted notes. So it is a collection of a user submitted note or messages on various subjects that are posted on server on a worldwide web, right? So the Usenet uses the network news transfer protocol. So this is the protocol which is used in news group. Okay, so let's know more. PC is referred to a personal computer which is based on original IBM personal computer design, right? IBM's first microcomputer was designed in 1981 and was named as IBM PC. Cray this is a supercomputer, was invented by Seymour Cray. It was nicknamed Bubbles because of its bubbling coolant liquid. Okay, now next is chatbot. Chatbot is a computer program that mimic means act like human. Okay, mimic human conversation with a real person using artificial intelligence technique. Okay, so that's it for today, and I hope you would have learned something. Just keep learning, keep revising, and God bless you all.